James earns millions from internet marketing. Tim's got millions of questions. Welcome to Freedom Ocean. Now, jump on in.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode, in fact, episode 37 of Freedom Ocean. I am one of your hosts, Tim Reed, and over there is James Schramko. Hello, James.
G'day, Timbo. How are you?
Very good, mate, and welcome back to, it's been far too long between dips in the ocean.
Why is that?
That's an episode in itself, so let's not even go there. Except to say that you've been emailing me a lot and Skyping saying when are we recording, and we can blame Easter a little bit, but really that's no excuse, I know, because you probably worked completely through Easter.
I did something extraordinary during Easter.
Do you mean extraordinary?
No, just extraordinary.
I
mean, look,
okay.
Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and Jesus—they're all the greatest frauds ever. But anyway,
hello to all you Christians and chocolate eaters out there.
Yep. And, so anyway, I went out to the garage, opened up my filing cabinet, and I pulled out my handwritten notes from 1997 through to 2003, and I strained them into Evernote and then scrumpled up the paper and threw them into the trailer.
All right.
And it took me quite a few hours, but I was reminded about the importance of getting really good information and implementing it, applying what you learn, and you get results. And I could see clearly that the stuff that I was doing when I was a manager and then a senior manager.
When you had hair?
When I had hair and glasses before I had eye surgery.
Yep.
I actually really did get tremendous value from the information that I sought out at the time. So there was a lot of conferences, a lot of I think there were cassettes back then, a lot of books that I'd read, and I just took a lot of notes and, I hand wrote those notes. But reading through the notes, I could see, wow, I was so lucky to find that stuff earlier on in my career. And a lot of the templates and documents are still as valid today as they were back then.
Wow, mate. So that was your Easter.
So that was at least 2 days of my Easter, and it was great. There was no customers and no staff. It was just me and my Mac Air and a filing cabinet, and it felt really positive. It was like I was doing an advanced university degree in just a few days. It was such an enriching thing to do.
Do you still go? I know you travel and go to the odd kind of mastermind group overseas, or you went to something recently. But how often would you go and seek personal development training these days?
Very rarely. My most useful channel is just personal relationships. So in the last few weeks, I've had really good Skype conversations with some of the people who I deeply trust and who have great information. But it'll be quite a brief conversation. I did manage to catch up with Noah Kagan and had a chat to him, which I recorded, and I'll be podcasting to. And we had a great conversation. Cool. It wasn't just a one-way interview. It was really just a great discussion. We were asking each other questions and a few swear words and whilst he was eating breakfast. But, that's the type of conversation I'd rather have now. You don't need to go to too many events, and you don't need to be in too many masterminds. And in fact, my own mastermind, I'm surrounded with 30-something people who are switched on and in different industries, and it's great to have meaningful conversations with them every single week, so I don't have to go too far to find a good conversation.
Absolutely. And we've spoken about that before. I mean, a lot of the principles we talk about here, whilst this is very much an internet marketing show, if you're a small business owner or a small business owner, then turn them onto this show, because the principles apply broadly to business, and that's why your wealthification product is it's a product that shows someone who's in business or starting a business how to get the key pillars right. It's not just about internet business.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I was learning internet marketing, I was working in a retail store effectively, and I applied all the things I'd learnt into that retail store and built up an email database of over 10,000 emails from nothing, and then did things with that email database. I segmented marketing campaigns, tracking landing pages, putting videos that related to the exact email that we sent, running pay-per-click campaigns, for targeted models, all exact same things. Now, wealthification was actually me bringing the business infrastructure across to the traditional internet marketers who really don't know how to run a business. They just know tactics and they know tricks, and they can't really tie it all together into something useful.
Absolutely. Well, I reckon what we should do, James, is I'd love to see the comments section of the show notes for this show be filled with our listeners' ideas of how they've gone about building an email list offline, because I'm sure there are many. And so if they were to just go to the show notes for episode 37 of Freedom Ocean, then just add your ideas, put a link to your website, get a bit of backlink love, and we can see where that goes, hey?
That'd be awesome.
Great, mate. Well, listen, we're on the 40-minute mark. We've covered a lot. What I would suggest is for listeners, I'd love you to go to the show notes, guys, episode 37, leave your idea about how you build an offline list. We might put those, we might even actually put a link to the video you created, mate, on those Panda updates. So people can see that, because it was a great blog post and you've itemised those things. And I reckon that's for another episode of Freedom Ocean.
Cool. And you notice I'm using a different location for all my videos?
Wistia?
Yeah, but I'm filming them in all different parts. And
I did
find
absolutely.
a snake, but it wasn't deadly enough, unfortunately. But I do have on my Superfast website site, I've got a video of me with a horse. Not in any weird position or anything, but just because it's completely different, and I'm sure there's hardly anyone that's selling websites that has a video of them in a paddock with a horse, So
yeah, and was the headline "Jump to It"?
No, I'm not doing puns or crazy stuff, but it's just I just want people to stop and go, huh? I want to grab their attention and engage them, and I did like 4 videos yesterday. And I'm just like a video production machine, and you'll be pleased to know that I did use a microphone yesterday. So I've stepped the production values up 1 notch. It took 4 AA batteries to redeploy some of my equipment, and it's up and running. So production values have gone up a tad, but I'm going to be making videos every day. Yeah.
What you're actually doing is adding personality to it. So the horse, the background of the trees, the snake, whatever you end up putting into that video, it's just creating a personality and a tone that makes it a little bit friendlier.
It's interesting. I'm sure people will go, I wonder where he is today. I wonder what he's up to. And I know I do that with things. If it's predictable and boring, then no one's going to look at it at all.
Yeah, well, it's just an added element that makes it interesting, gives people a reason to come back and also to talk about it. And I know you've got a gun club down the road from you, so I want you to slowly venture out of those five lush acres of bushland that you live in, and I want to see you walking down the road. I want to see you waving to the neighbours in one video, and then I want you to finally make it to the gun club on gun day, please.
I've never even met a neighbour, so that'll be a challenge. But you don't want me to dress as a clay pigeon, do you? Because that would be a little bit silly.
All right, mate. Well, listen, thanks for another great episode and sharing. Listeners, our website is freedomocean.com. Go and visit it. There's lots of goodies there for the taking and for the purchasing. Until next time, James, thank you and see you later.
See you, Timbo.
Thanks for diving into the Freedom Ocean with James Schramko and Tim Reed. You've just come that little bit closer to living the life you choose. Please keep in mind that the ideas, opinions, and information shared in the show are those of the hosts and do not reflect those of their past employers. And as far as future employers go, well, they're both pretty much unemployable.